Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to have the second part of the chapter learned of class 8th geography, chapter 9, the human resources. In the previous part, you all have learned about what are meant by human resources. Anything which a man makes for his or her own benefit and for growth that is considered as a human resource. Technology can also be a part of human resources. We see in the markets every day the technology is changing. And then we also learned about the population growth in India over the previous years. Today, we are going to have the second part of the topic started, which is nothing else but the distribution of population. As we all know, that in the country, the different kinds of landforms are present. In our area, the mountains are also there, the plains are also there, the river basins are also there, and many others to name. And then how these landforms are going to have an effect upon the population distribution in these areas, we are going to have a detailed study of it now. Let me start. In India, as in other parts of the world, the population is unevenly distributed. The concentration of population is the highest in the northern plains, particularly in the Ganga plain. The coastal plains too are densely populated. The plains are agriculturally the most productive regions. In addition, they may have good networks of roads and railways. Many large towns and cities that are commercially and industrially important have come up in these regions. All these factors have contributed to the high concentration of people in the plains. The very first area to name out are the plain areas, plains or the river basins. The plain areas are actually the normal flatlands, and therefore it is very easy for have the roads and other railway tracks etc. to be constructed out there. Transportation is not a big problem, right? And even if it is a river basin where a fertile alluvial concentration will be there, due to which the areas can be very much used up for agricultural activities, and therefore a lot of people prefer to live out in these areas. In the plain areas, it is very easy for the construction of industries also. Okay, a lot of industries can be set up. The raw material provision to these industries also will not be a problem because good transportation facilities are there, and therefore for all these regions the plains are the heavily concentrated areas of the country. Understood? Then the hilly regions like Jammu and Kashmir and the northeastern states are thinly populated. Thinly populated means less populated. These areas are economically less developed, mainly because of the difficulty of developing road and road links through the mountainous terrain. The desert regions of Rajasthan and Gujarat have the sparse population. The next thing comes up as thinly populated areas. Thinly populated areas includes the deserts and also the hills. On the hills, it will be very difficult for the roads to be made. And on the high hill slopes, obviously, the railway tracks cannot be laid down. Because how will a train go up if it would be having a lot of passengers, or maybe it's a freight or whatever? But the thing cannot go up on the high hill slopes. Even for the roads, also, it's very difficult to be made on the high mountains. And therefore, on the mountains, it's not easy to live. When we go out for some vacations etc, we can go there for some enjoyment for a few days. But if somebody tells us to live there only, and on the hill mountains, on the high mountains, it's not easy for getting the resources also. Resources normal usual like the milk or maybe the bread butter or anything, it's very difficult to get, and therefore living on a mountain is not an easy task, and therefore much people do not live there, and that is why the mountains are thinly populated. The next thing is deserts. Desert is a flat area which is all covered with sand. And in this sand, or it's not only sand, but it is very less of water also present there. If it would be less water, agriculture cannot be a easy task, and therefore the people have to strive out a lot. And therefore, the deserts are also sparsely populated. Sparsely means very less people are living out in these areas. Among the states and union territories of India, the state of Uttar Pradesh is the most populous one, while the union territory of Lakshadweep is the least populous. Uttar Pradesh, a flat area in which a lot of people are getting their demands and everything properly fulfilled and even utilized. But Lakshadweep is an island group. It's all surrounded by water from all the sides. It's not easy to reach Lakshadweep, and if anything gets finished up, it's very difficult to get it from the other part of the country also. It is all surrounded by water, deep and deep waters, and therefore living there is also not a big is not an easy task, and therefore Lakshadweep is considered to be the least populous. Least means very less population lives out there. Sikkim is the least populous state, while Puducherry is the most populous union territory. So again the same thing, that depending upon where an area is located, whether it is in the mountains, whether it is in the deserts, the population will be less. But if it is a plain area where roads, transport is also not a big problem, there the population will be more and more high surviving out there. Okay, I hope you understood the topic. Let us go on with the next topic, that is the density of population. Density of population is the another topic to start with. Okay, density of population means that while population size is the total number of people in an area, population density is the number of people per unit area of land. That means population size depends upon how many people are living in that area. If less number of people are there, we say less population. If more people are there, we say more population. But what is population density? Population density is a number of people living per unit of land given in an area. Okay, that which all area is there, per unit of it, how many people can be adjusted into it, that is called as the population density. The more population density, less population, less will be the population density. The density of population is usually expressed as the number of persons in every square kilometer of land. The average density of population in India is 382 persons per square kilometer in 2011. This means that if all the people in India were to spread out uniformly over its total land area, there would be around 382 people in every square kilometer of land. That means what all number of people are there, what all area is there available in the country, if all the people are spread out in 1 kilometer of area, 382 people can be fitted into. Understood? And obviously we come to a conclusion like this, that if more will be the population, more will be the density. If less will be the population, less will be the density. The density of population varies from place to place, as we have already discussed, that in the mountains and in the hilly areas and even in the deserts, the population size is less. If population size is less, population densities will also be less. Whereas in the plain area, because all the easy availabilities are there, more of the resources are available, easy transportation and every facility can be provided, and therefore the population density is also going to be higher, and that is why it is mentioned here that the population density varies from one place to another. Generally, larger cities, coastal areas and river basins are densely populated, while deserts, mountainous regions and forested areas are sparsely populated. This is what the things are being told. In 2011, Delhi had a population density as high as 11,297 person per square kilometer, While in Arunachal Pradesh, the density was only 17% per kilometer per square kilometer. Why it is 17? Because this Arunachal Pradesh is a mountainous area. Mountainous area, we have already known that they are thinly or sparsely populated. If less people will be there, more will be the space available for each person, and that is why the population density will be less. Among the states, Bihar has the highest population density, that is 1,102 persons per square kilometer. Okay, so this was the only, I hope you have understood this topic, and please revise it and just go through the topic very thoroughly. Thank you.